And leadership exhibits himself when you're negotiating as well. And so I'm appreciative of Micah being here. I am. And it's incumbent upon us all. We've got a player that we've docked him for not being here during off-season workout, as you well know. And we will fine him for that, because those parts of a contract to go directly toward the leadership.
Hey Cowboys fans, welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got some seriously big news that's shaking up the Dallas Cowboys just days before training camp officially kicks off. The headlines are buzzing about Micah Parsons and his contract situation, the unfortunate injury to DeMarvion Overshown, some intense off-season workouts that are turning heads, and what's going on with rookie cornerback Jaydon Blue. If you want the full scoop and insider-style analysis on what all this means for the Cowboys heading into 2025, you're in the right place. So buckle up, because this story is deep, detailed, and it could define the entire season for America's team. Let's start with Micah Parsons because, let's be honest, he's the heart and soul of the Cowboys' defense right now and maybe the most talked about player on the entire roster. We all know Parsons is an absolute force on the field, a dynamic linebacker who terrorizes quarterbacks and shuts down offenses week after week. But here's the thing, he's heading into the final year of his rookie contract without an extension in sight, and the situation between him and the Cowboys front office, especially Jerry Jones, is heating up. Recently, Jerry Jones publicly questioned Parsons' toughness and durability, throwing a bit of shade on the young star by pointing out missed games due to injury. Now, this didn't sit well with anyone, especially not with J.J. Watt, who jumped in on social media defending Parsons and calling out Jerry Jones for his comments. Watt basically said, Parsons is a warrior, and his words were echoed by many Cowboys fans and players alike. It was like a mini soap opera unfolding live in front of us, showing cracks in what should be a united front. The contract negotiations have become a lightning rod for debate among fans and analysts. On one hand, you've got Parsons, who is arguably one of the most valuable defensive players in the entire NFL, and on the other, the Cowboys brass trying to balance cap space and salary structures. Comparisons are flying around, especially with how much players like T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett have gotten in their contracts, setting new benchmarks for elite pass rushers. Parsons is fully aware of his market value, and he's not backing down from wanting a deal that reflects his impact on the field. At the same time, the Cowboys know that locking him up long-term is crucial to keeping the defense elite for years to come. It's a tug of war, but what makes this drama more intense is Parsons' behavior off the field. Despite the contract stalemate, he has shown up to all the off-season workouts, participated in minicamps, and even traveled to the West Coast for pre-camp preparation. He said publicly that winning a Super Bowl and bonding with teammates is his priority, signaling he wants to do the work even if the contract isn't finalized yet. That's a mature, professional approach from a player only in his early 20s, and it shows he's fully invested in the team's success beyond just the paycheck. Now, as we look ahead to training camp starting soon in Oxnard, California, all eyes are on how this contract saga will impact Parsons' performance and the locker room atmosphere. Will he show up day one ready to dominate? Will the public sparring between Jerry Jones and Parsons create distractions? So far, reports suggest Parsons is fully committed to being present and leading by example, but nothing is guaranteed until those pads come on and the whistle blows. Meanwhile, Stephen Jones has indicated that the numbers are still being discussed behind the scenes, so there's hope this gets resolved without a prolonged holdout. On the flip side of the defense, there's some tough news regarding DeMarvion Overshown, the rookie linebacker who showed so much promise before suffering a devastating knee injury in the offseason. Overshown underwent surgery to repair multiple ligaments and has been placed on the physically unable to perform (PUP) list, meaning he is likely to miss the entire 2025 season. This is a major blow to the Cowboys' defensive depth and leaves a gap where many thought Overshown could develop into a star alongside Parsons. The injury forces the Cowboys to rethink their linebacker rotation and rely on other players to step up in his absence. It's a reminder of how brutal and unpredictable football can be, and how quickly team plans can be forced to adapt. Speaking of stepping up, let's talk about the off-season workouts because they've been nothing short of impressive, especially when it comes to how Parsons is preparing. There were reports and even video clips showing Parsons and several defensive linemen hitting the beach for some grueling conditioning sessions. This isn't just about getting in shape, it's about building chemistry and leadership off the field, which is just as important as on-field tactics. The beach workouts included not only Parsons but other key defenders like Randy Gregory and D.J. Reader, showing that the defense is focused and ready to bounce back from last season's ups and downs. What's cool is that Parsons isn't just physically preparing, he's taking on more of a mentor role, helping out younger teammates and even assisting staff during minicamps. It's clear he's embracing the leadership mantle, which bodes well for the Cowboys' defensive identity going forward. During minicamp, Parsons made headlines again, not for flashy plays but for his attitude and approach. Coaches and insiders noted that he was always the first one on the field and the last to leave, setting the tone for the entire defense. He's also been active on social media, posting motivational messages and photos that show his mindset is locked in for a big season. One of his recent posts called this Lion season, emphasizing toughness, resilience, and hunger, a perfect motto for a guy trying to prove his worth both on and off the field. This psychological edge could be exactly what the Cowboys need, especially with so many new faces and coaching changes around the team. Now, shifting over to the cornerback position, rookie Jaydon Blue has quietly been making waves. Drafted for his potential as a nickel cornerback and slot defender, Blue has drawn praise in OTAs and minicamps for his coverage skills and adaptability. With Overshown sidelined, the Cowboys need players like Blue to rise to the occasion and provide solid depth in the secondary. Blue's speed and instincts have been noticeable in practice, and coaches are reportedly impressed with his work ethic and football IQ. While he still has a long way to go in terms of game experience, the early signs are promising. This could be an opportunity for Blue to prove he belongs on the roster and maybe even earn significant playing time early in the season. It's the kind of underdog story Cowboys fans love to rally behind. All of these developments feed directly into what training camp will look like this year. With the looming Parsons contract drama, Overshown's absence, and rookies like Blue stepping up, the competition and energy will be off the charts. Defensive coordinator Dan Quinn and head coach Shane Steichen are tasked with blending all these elements into a cohesive unit. Steichen has been known for fostering strong team culture, and he's already implemented some interesting team-building activities like Greek dancing and paintball games to encourage camaraderie. Parsons is expected to be a central figure in this new culture, both as a leader on the field and a motivator off it. The linebacker core, especially, will be under scrutiny. Parsons remains the clear star, but the Cowboys need solid contributions from backup linebackers and younger players to compensate for Overshown's loss. The pressure will be on guys like Damian Wilson and Luke Gifford to fill the gaps and make plays. In the secondary, Jaydon Blue and other young defensive backs will be fighting for snaps, with veterans pushing them to raise their level. Overall, the defense is facing a mix of high expectations and challenges, but the energy and leadership coming from Parsons could be the glue that holds it all together. One of the most interesting angles to watch will be how the contract situation plays out in real time during camp. If Parsons remains fully engaged and the two sides can reach a deal, the Cowboys will enter the season with a renewed sense of purpose and stability. But if negotiations drag on or if tensions escalate, it could become a distraction that impacts performance and locker room dynamics. Cowboys fans and analysts alike will be watching closely every day of camp to see how Parsons acts and performs, reading between the lines for any signs of discontent or disengagement. While fans debate and speculate, the reality is that Parsons is putting in the work. He understands that this season is about proving more than just his contract value, it's about building a legacy. He wants to win championships in Dallas and knows that leadership starts with showing up and setting the tone for everyone else. Whether he gets paid now or later, his attitude shows a commitment to the team that's inspiring. Meanwhile, the coaching staff is preparing to use this camp to integrate new defensive schemes and build the kind of defense that can contend with the top offenses in the league. With Parsons, despite the contract drama, leading the charge, and players like Blue ready to seize their moment, the Cowboys' defense could surprise many people in 2025. To wrap it all up, the pre-training camp news from Dallas is a roller coaster of emotions and storylines. You've got one of the league's brightest stars locked in a contract standoff but showing great professionalism, a promising rookie sidelined for the year, intense workouts that are fueling hope and confidence, and a rookie cornerback who might just be the next big piece in the Cowboys' puzzle. These developments create a narrative full of tension, excitement, and potential. Cowboys Nation should be ready for a camp that's as dramatic as it is crucial. So, if you're hyped and want to see what happens next, don't forget to smash that like button, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe for all the latest updates and breakdowns right here on the channel. We'll be covering training camp day by day, player performances, any new contract news, and all the highlights you need. Until then, keep cheering loud, because this is Dallas Cowboys football at its most compelling. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Go Cowboys!